had intended, she hadn't slept at all. She glanced to her right at Prince Ibrahim, illuminated in the light from the display of the digital clock. His body moved up and down with the rhythm of his breathing. Sasha had earlier treated him to some extended pleasures in an effort to assure he wouldn't awaken at an inopportune moment. She smelled the pungent scent of the evening's energies, felt the smooth silk of the sheets against her naked breasts. Sensations that under other circumstances would cause her to revel in her sexuality. Now she felt only the flutter of apprehension in her stomach. She thought of the business to be dispensed with. The royal palace was stone quiet at this hour. Sasha listened in the hall for the footsteps of the guard on his rounds. A moment later he passed. A renewed sense of commitment smoothed a steadying calm down her limbs. "It's time," she told herself, and she slid inches at a time from the sheets to the cool marble floor. "Yasser will never forgive me." She breathed deeply, then felt exhilaration at the cool detachment her purpose gave her. She stood, naked, shoulders erect and head back, observing Prince Ibrahim, the man she had served as concubine for 3 years. "But you don't deserve to see it coming." Backing from the bed, Sasha inched toward the closet. The prince stirred in his sleep, inhaled and held it. Sasha froze in place. She felt her stomach pull taut, and she held her own breath. The cool marble under her feet became a chilling cold, the silence an oppressive void. "This mustn't fail." The prince resumed his rhythmic breathing, and she exhaled in relief. One more cautious stride carried her to the closet. She reached into it for her black abaya, the Muslim robe she wore in the palace. She cringed at the rustle of the coarse fabric as she put it on. The prince didn't stir. She picked up her parcel from the closet floor, crossed the room, and slipped out the door. At the corridor window, she removed the clear plastic backing from one side of a 2x5 centimeter adhesive strip. The acrid odor of the cyanoacrylate stung her nostrils. She slid the strip between the steel window frame and the steel molding around it, precisely where the pressure-sensitive micro switch for the alarm sat. She took an electromagnet from her parcel and plugged it into an outlet, unraveling the cord as she walked back toward the window frame. She placed the magnet against the corner of the window frame behind the alarm micro switch and clicked on the electromagnet. The force of the magnet jolted the molding against the window frame. She endured a count to 30 until the adhesive fused the micro switch closed, then switched off the magnet. She turned the window latch, took a deep breath, shut her eyes, pushed. The window opened. No alarm. The face of the man she knew only as the squad leader popped into her view from his perch atop his team, who had formed a pyramid on the wall below. She stepped back from the window. In an instant he was inside, raising his finger for her to be silent, and then turning and attaching one of the grappling hooks to the window frame. "Never mind shushing me," she thought. "Just make sure you know what you're doing." Within 60 seconds, the other 11 members of the squad stole inside. The rope was up and deposited on the floor, and the window closed and latched. The black-haired girl backed herself against the wall, her palms against the marble. Omar stared into her jet-black eyes, saw her fierce spirit. That was close, he thought. She nearly blew it. Late. He sensed her excitement and the heaving of her chest, but she appeared otherwise to be in complete control of herself. She raised her chin defiantly. He looked into those penetrating black eyes again. Black steel, he thought, and felt a fleeting communion with her. She motioned with her eyes in the direction of Prince Ibrahim's chamber. He nodded. Sasha stood with her back pressed against the wall and watched as the team leader made hand signals and head motions to his men. He ordered a group to stand guard, then led most of them down the labyrinthine passageways that rimmed the outside perimeter of the palace toward Prince Ibrahim's chamber. She watched the team leader disappear from sight around the first turn of the corridor. For some reason, Sasha was seized by the premonition that something was wrong. She pushed herself out from the wall, trotted toward the prince's chamber. One of the team members, who had spread themselves in pairs in firing position, grabbed her by the wrist as